my name is Jade Dragon, and in today's video, if you watched our previous video about tipping, this will make a lot more sense. So go back and watch that video and then come back. We will wait for you. Okay, so since you watched the last video, we are going to take this cutting and make a new plant out of it. So you simply, you do the tipping, you cut it off. Then the next step is, you can see how wet it is where you cut it off. This needs to dry now before you can plant it. So here where it's very warm, it takes like a day or two out in the sun and it won't dry completely. So you have to see where your temperature is at. For this video we are going to use a different cutting, a tipping we did. As you can see, this one is already dry. So it's completely dry and now it's ready to be planted. But an extra tip that we have is, in order to make sure the roots come out strongly and faster, we use simple custard powder. You can buy it at the shops, and we just simply put it in a container, and you take your plant and you take the container and you just sprinkle custard powder right on that area that's dry. You can sprinkle it until it's white, it doesn't really matter, and then you can stick it in the ground. So for this we have a bag right here. The soil that we use, because dragon fruit is a cactus, but it's a very wet cactus in a way. The fruit, when you eat it, it's very moist and everything. So you need a good drainage soil. The plants do not like to be in water the whole time. So what we use is a mixture of cow manure, good old cow manure, and then crusher dust. We mix that all together, and then it makes a very good drainage soil. You can also use sand, depends on where your location is. So, and as you can see here, we used wood chips in the winter, so that prevents the weeds from coming out every week. So that's also a nice tip. So yeah, you take your tipping or cutting that you just did, pour custard powder over it, make a nice hole, and then you just stick it in the ground like that. Make sure it's secure, and you can give it some water today. Babies, depending if it's summer or winter, if it's summer obviously they need more water, but the babies in the summer you can give them every few days some water, and remember the water needs to drain out. You give them the water, they take what they need, the rest needs to leave. So yeah, so in a few weeks the roots will start, because of the custard powder helps them grow faster, and then this dragon fruit will start growing. You'll see it pops out new branches everywhere, and the strong one will keep growing, and then eventually you'll have a big one like these behind me. So I hope these tips help, and let me know in the comments below if this worked for you.